Today we're talking about the ICS Impulse and how it works with the Avor app. I'm Wendy Crumley Welsh, the product manager for ICS Impulse. So the Otis Suite vestibular software and the positional module work together with Avor, which is an app that is available for iPhones and iPads. What do you need to have these two linked together? You need Otis Suite vestibular software 3.0 or newer. You need iTunes to be able to transfer data from your Otis Suite vestibular software to your Avor app, and you need Avor 2.0 or newer on your iPhone or iPad. So why would you want to link Otis Suite vestibular with Avor? Well, it increases your diagnostic confidence by combining the two. So you're able to take your patient data when you're doing Dix-Hallpike or any other positional data, and you can export it, take that, put it into the Avor. In the Avor, determine that it is a right positional BPPV, for example, and then look at the predicted eye value, what the eye should be doing with that diagnosis, and what your patient's eye is doing at the same time. And then be able to see if they're the same. If they're the same, the diagnosis is correct. If they're not the same, then you need to question what is going on. You can find all the instructions for linking Otis Suite vestibular and Avor together in www.icsimpulse.com/download, and you'll be able to access all the information there with all the step-by-steps on how to integrate your Otis Suite vestibular data with your Avor app. When you're exporting patient data from Otis Suite vestibular, if you can see here, we choose our patient. We go to the Export tab. Under the patient list, we choose our patient here, right posterior canal BPPV, and then we check Avor data right here, and that's the only thing you need to check. And then you export it, and export it to wherever you want to export it to. And then you take that data into iTunes by following the steps on the handout, and then you can look at the data in Avor. Now I'm going to show you how to compare patient eye movement to predicted eye movement. So on your iPad or iPhone, you want to go ahead and open the Avor app by clicking the icon for the app Avor. And as you see, your Avor comes up. And then you want to be able to go to settings. And in settings, in this example, we actually believe that this patient has a right posterior canal BPPV. So on the right side, which is the right column, we go to posterior canal, which is the third row down, and we're going to tap particle and select particle for this right canal posterior BPPV. Then at the very bottom, the third box from the right, which has a circle going kind of over the head, you want to hold your finger down on that button. And when you do that, then a list of all the tests that you brought in through iTunes onto the Avor system will appear. We're going to select the third one down, which is what we label torsional right posterior canal BPPV data. Now what you will see is actually the name of your patients. So we're going to choose that one. And then the next thing you want to do is you will see the arrows up at the top. And so you want to tap on the left arrow to show the head and eye movements. Now on the screen, I'm going to shrink the head a little bit so we can really see it. On the left side, the eye is the predicted eye. On the right side, the eye is our patient's data. As the head dips down for the Dix-Hallpike, what we see here is the posterior canal, and that big black ball is representing the particle. And as that particle is moving, it's causing eye movement. Now what you want to look at is in the predicted eye and in your patient's eye, what I think is easiest to look at is the actual cross, not necessarily just the eyeball itself, but look at the cross and look at the way that cross is turning. And if you look at the data, both eyes are turning towards the left. So we've got torsional eye movement towards the left. Now, in our patient, that eye movement's not very significant. It's only about 6 degrees of eye movement. In the predicted eye, it's a little more significant and easier to see. But what you want to look at is, are they both going in the same direction? Then what happens is, just like when you have a posterior canal BPPV, you've got a burst of activity, then the activity subsides. So you can see that both eyes are fairly still, no torsional eye movement. And then at the end, we're going to bring the patient sitting back up. So what you're seeing on the screen is actually the head movement from your patient, the eye movement on the right side from your patient, and then on the left side is the predicted eye movement. Now, one thing to know is that in software version 4.0 or later, if you have purchased the torsional algorithm, it will also bring over torsional data as well, and not just horizontal and vertical eye movements. But you need to have purchased torsional, and you need to have Otosweet Vestibular 4.0 or later. Again, Otosweet Vestibular in combination with Avor provides an opportunity to be able to increase your diagnostic accuracy.